In this video, we're talking about marketing attribution in 2021. This is a world that is rapidly changing. It's getting harder and more complex. And there's a lot of things you need to know and prepare for. So let's jump right in. Hi everyone, my name is Ruben and I'm a data strategist or professional treasure hunter, and I work with companies of all sizes to help them get more insights out of their data. And one of the most common things that we tend to tackle is marketing attribution. So this is just fundamentally knowing where conversions, customer signups are coming from, what kind of channels or campaigns. Marketing attribution has been getting harder for a few years. Now, interesting enough, if you go back all the way to the 50s and 60s, there was a very poor attribution from offline channels like a magazine or a billboard into sales. And then we got digital, and digital was much easier to track. And now we're kind of going the sort of back there where digital is becoming hard to track. And this is what we're talking about today. So marketing attribution in 2021, there's really three things you have to know to understand what's going to happen this year and in the coming years. So first, it's all about privacy. Privacy, privacy, privacy. Apple is taking a stand on privacy. Google's taking a stand on privacy. Everyone's taking a stand on privacy, which means there'll be less data available. So as consumers, we're getting more control over who has our data. So for example, Apple is removing the IDFA. This is an ID that mobile attribution companies use to identify individuals like myself. And Apple is removing it and making it opt-in. For someone to get access to the IDFA in my iPhone, I'm gonna need to opt in, say yes, and then to get it. So once you make everything opt-in, a certain percentage will say yes, a certain percentage will say no. You'll see companies tie the consent into things like notifications, right? So they'll say enable notifications, enable data tracking, and this is what we're gonna see. So privacy is becoming a big deal. Even Google wants to remove cookies. So you have to adjust to this. You have to make sure that you can comply with privacy regulations, not just GDPR and CCPA, but all the specific rules that we're gonna see now from Apple, from Google, and from everyone. Number two, the positive trend is connecting data is getting easier. So now if you want to bring your data from the different channels, like digital channels like Facebook and Google, and offline channels and your customer data and your product data, they're all like 5, 6, 10 systems, that is getting easier to connect. So now you can actually bring that and connect it in a single place. So that's a positive trend. Three, you want to understand how to better track own channels. So as some of the attribution gets harder for some of these paid channels, I think we'll start to see companies move towards channels they own. Email, word of mouth, referrals. So better understand the tracking of these channels. Channels like word of mouth, for example, how do you track that? We're going to start to see more ideas around how to properly do this. I think I'll make maybe some videos on it. It doesn't seem like this thing that just happens and you have no control of, but really more of a channel in the same way that you can incentivize it. You can track results, you can track campaigns. So how to prepare? So I'm gonna give you 3 ideas for how to sort of make it through this world, this world is becoming more opaque as time goes on. One is you want to move to backend tracking as much as possible. Backend and client tracking is just the difference between tracking on your website, tracking through things like JavaScript, and backend down to your backend system, the product. Client tracking is going to continuously run into issues with ad blockers, issues with other limitations. Backend tracking will have less of that. In some cases, you will not avoid it. You cannot avoid the IDFA stuff with backend tracking, but backend tracking will be a little bit more reliable. Number two, you really need to leverage partners here. So if you look at the mobile attribution world, you need a mobile attribution partner. So you need an AppsFlyer, you need a Branch, you need a Tune, you need a Kochava, whatever the 5 other ones are. You need a partner because they bring other things beyond just the tracking. They bring their models, you bring their data, their network. I think we're starting to see more attribution providers on web as well, and just attribution providers in general. People who can sort of collect data and give you better insights to a wide range of a network. And three, you really want to start developing formulas and strategies for tracking those intangibles, right? We go back to this word of mouth, referrals, email, becoming much better at understanding the impact of those channels in relation to everything else. So you can feel more comfortable spending into them and minimizing the impact from the paid channels. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, look for all those buttons here and the YouTube screen. And I'm really excited to announce the release of my first book, The Data Mirage, Why Companies Fail to Actually Use Their Data. Now, the book is not out yet. It's available for pre-order, but there's going to be a link in the description where you can go learn more about the book, why I wrote it, why I think you should read it, and the different bonuses that are available right now in the pre-order period. The book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Chapters here in Canada, BAM, anywhere where you can buy books, you'll find it. So make sure to check out that. I would really be appreciative if you're able to buy a copy. Let me know what you think. You can leave a review. and I'm looking forward to that. Finally, in the comments below, just put one thing that you learned from today's video. Let me know what you thought, maybe what was missing. I would love to read that and other people as well. Until next time, talk soon.